is the programmer Al, and in this video I'm going to walk through an Edabit Python challenge called Is the String Odd or Even? And the challenge is, given a string, return true if the length is even or false if the length is odd. And if you've listened to some of my other videos, I went over a challenge where they try to get us to be as minimalistic as possible, using only one line of code and in the return, because a return value can be Boolean, that means true or false. So I don't need to do an if or else loop, I could do a return value instead. And so that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to return, well, the first thing I want to know is how many letters are in the word. And to do that, you're going to use the len, I'm assuming that means length, but don't quote me on that, method, and inside of that I'm going to use word as the argument because that's the argument that's passed into the function. So I found out how many letters are in the word. Now I want to know if it's even or odd. Now I want to return it true if it's even and false if it's odd. So to return it true, I'm going to use the modulo because the modulo will divide it and then it will test the remainder. So I want to divide it by 2 and I want the remainder to be 0 because if it's divisible by 2 then it is an even number. So I want it to equal 0. And if that is divisible by 2 with no remainder, then we know that the word is even. Otherwise, and it'll print true, otherwise it'll be false because it's an odd number. So let's check that and see if my test passed. And they do, and that is how you find out if a string is even or odd.